Welcome to this deep dive. I think we've all sat through meetings that just felt way too long, right?
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Or ones where you feel like you barely scratch the surface of the important stuff.
Exactly. So today we're diving into how to actually make that meeting time work better, specifically allocating the right amount of time for each agenda item.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. We're drawing a bit on the thinking in project management for project managers by Orlando Katzebone here.
Right. And the idea is, if you've got a team, say around 8 people, you can be efficient, but you need realistic timing.
Precisely. Not every single topic needs or deserves the same chunk of time. Some things are quick hits, others need, well, more breathing room.
Okay, so let's start small. What about those things that realistically should only take about 10 minutes? What fits in there?
Good question. These are usually your informational points, procedural things, things that don't really need a big debate.
Like what, for example?
Well, maybe someone just needs to submit a quick report, say, on new competitors. It's more of a handover, maybe a sentence or two.
Okay, informative.
Or like an invitation comes up, free tickets to some symposium. There's a quick announcement, maybe a show of hands.
Right, not a strategic discussion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the classic one, accepting the minutes from the last meeting. Usually just a quick, yep, looks good.
Got it. So keeping those tight frees up bandwidth. What about needing a bit more time, say 30 minutes? What falls into that category?
So 30 minutes usually means there's some interaction needed, maybe a decision, but it's contained.
Okay.
Think about figuring out assignments for a trainee who's maybe only there for like 3 weeks. You need some ideas, bit of back and forth, then agreement.
Makes sense. Needs input, but shouldn't take forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Or scheduling. Trying to nail down dates for the next 16 meetings, plus maybe a couple of days for an off-site strategy session.
Oh, yeah, scheduling with a group always takes a bit of time.
It does. Needs coordination, but you want to keep it focused. Another example is maybe a short presentation, perhaps, 10 slides on project status. Enough time to present and handle a few key questions.
So enough time for substance, but still focused on reaching a conclusion or understanding.
Exactly. Now, the big ones, the 60-minute slots, what goes there?
These are your heavier topics, right? Strategic stuff or things that might be a bit sensitive.
Precisely. They need more exploration, more perspectives. Maybe you're discussing the whole concept for a new company brochure.
Ah, okay. That could involve creative ideas, different department views.
Definitely. Lots to unpack there, potentially. Or, here's an interesting one, dealing with an issue like the secretary's lunch break arrangements.
That sounds maybe minor, but I guess it could be complex.
It could be. It touches on daily workflow, staff satisfaction. You might get quite varied opinions that need careful consideration to find a good solution. You need time for people to really voice their thoughts.
So it's not just about the topic size, but the potential for differing views or the need for deeper thought.
Absolutely. The core principle really is just matching the time slot to the complexity and the type of interaction needed for that specific item.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's fundamentally about respecting people's time, isn't it?
It is. And keeping the meeting focused. When you set realistic times, people tend to stick to them better, you get clearer outcomes, and honestly, teamwork just feels more productive.
It prevents that feeling of the agenda just being a vague list you might get to.
Right. It adds structure and purpose to each part of the meeting. A little planning goes a long way.
So maybe the takeaway for everyone listening is before your next meeting, take a hard look at that agenda. Ask yourself, does this really need 45 minutes or could we nail it in 15?
Yeah, or does this seemingly small item actually need more time because it's likely to generate a lot of necessary discussion?
Yeah.
Being deliberate about it can honestly transform your meetings.
A great practical tip.
And if you want to explore more ideas around effective project management and making teams work better together, we definitely recommend the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Cassavo.